Ever wondered why the planets have the names they do? And did you know they had different names in the past? Let's dive in. The word sun comes from Old English sunna, but in Latin it's sol, which is why we call our system the solar system. Earth comes from Old English iorde, meaning ground, but the Romans called it terra, the Greeks called it Gaia, and in China it's DQ or earth ball. Unlike the other planets, it's not named after a god. Mercury named after the Roman messenger god because it moves fast across the sky, but the Babylonians called it Nabu, and the Greeks named it after Hermes. In Chinese it's Shuixing, meaning water star. Our brightest planet was named after the Roman goddess of love and beauty, Venus. The Greeks called it Aphrodite, and the Babylonians called it Ishtar. The Chinese name, Jingxing, gold star. That red color, the Romans thought it looked like blood, so they named it after Mars, their god of war. The Greeks called it Ares, and the Babylonians named it Nergal. In China, it's Huixing, fire star. The biggest planet, named after the king of the Roman gods, Jupiter. The Greeks called it Zeus, while the Babylonians called it Marduk. In China, it's Muxing, wood star. Named after the Roman god of time and harvest, Saturn. The Greeks called it Cronus, and the Babylonians named it Ninurta. The Chinese call it Tuxing, earth star. Unlike the others, Uranus has a Greek name, Uranos, the primordial sky god. The Chinese name Tianwangxing means heavenly king star. But fun fact, some wanted to call it George's star after King George III. That deep blue color, perfect for Neptune, the Roman god of the sea. The Greeks called it Poseidon, and the Chinese name Haiwangxing literally means sea king star. And finally, Pluto. Named after the Roman god of the underworld because it's so far and mysterious. The Greeks called him Hades, and in China, it's Mingwangxing, meaning underworld king star. It was a planet until 2006, but it's still a favorite. So why do we use the Roman names? Well, ancient astronomers in Europe followed Roman traditions, and when modern science spread worldwide, these names stuck, but many cultures still use their own names today. And that's how our planets got their names. Which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments.